Dianikono da kufira pabasa, ndiye Mnangagwa. Dianikono da kufira pabasa, ndiye Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa ndiye Mnangagwa, ndiye Mnangagwa, ndiye Mnangagwa, Dianoda. Dianiko asingade 2030, masiye Zimbabwe. Dianiko asingade 2030, masiye Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe amai, masiye Zimbabwe, masiye Zimbabwe, masiye Zimbabwe ndiyo yaramba. Dianiko chibaba che 2030, tanyeroka. Dianiko chibaba che 2030.
Good evening, Zimbabwe, and welcome to tonight's bulletin, where we break down the news behind the news, the real story behind the official statements. Vice President Constantino Chiwenga was not present at President Mnangagwa's State of the Nation address this week, a moment where all top political figures are expected to show unity. According to the Presidency, Chiwenga was in South Africa for a medical review. That's the entire explanation, no elaboration, no details, just he had a doctor's appointment. And while we all respect medical checkups, especially considering the Vice President's long health history, the timing and silence spoke louder than the statement. Because just as Mnangagwa was addressing the nation in literal darkness, while the parliament building lost power, the man widely seen as the next in line to the presidency was not in the room. For months now, there have been whispers, some loud, some careful, about a growing power struggle inside ZANU PF. The Tagwirei backed faction that wants Mnangagwa to extend his rule beyond 2028 versus the military-aligned faction that believes 2028 is Chiwenga's turn. So, when Chiwenga misses a key national event, the nation doesn't just ask, is he okay? It asks, is the center still holding? Because in Zimbabwe, silence isn't silence. It's a message. And while Chiwenga was missing in action, Tagwirei was present in parliament. He's not a member of parliament. He's not in the presidium, so we do not know in what capacity he attended. While the political elite are busy playing chess with the future, ordinary Zimbabweans are playing survival. Government's high-profile ban on night vending, remember the one declared as restoring order? That one, it has collapsed. Vendors are back on the streets because hunger does not wait for daylight. You cannot ban an economy that is 90% informal. You cannot save people by criminalizing their only way to earn money. The policy was announced loudly and ignored quietly. As usual, reality wins. Meanwhile, churches have now stepped into the national conversation. The Zimbabwe Council of Churches has condemned the suspected arson attacks in Harare, the firebombing of Sapestras, and the burning of activist Gilbert Mwende's home. They called the attacks cowardly, dangerous, and a threat to peace. When churches start calling for accountability, it means the moral atmosphere of the country has crossed the red line. In Bindura, President Mnangagwa kept more than 2,000 graduates at Bindura University of Science Education as the institution celebrated 25 years. A hopeful moment, degrees earned, achievements celebrated, but the real question remains, where will these graduates work? Will they stay or will they join the great migration to the UK, Ireland, South Africa, Botswana, and Namibia? Zimbabwe keeps producing excellence, only to export it. On a tragic note, 6 people lost their lives and 40 were injured in a horrific bus accident on the Harare-Mkumbura road. A tire burst, a bus overturned, and families were changed forever. Tonight, we send strength to every loved one affected. Zimbabwe's roads continue to claim more lives than many diseases, and yet the story repeats. The government also announced that goods worth over $5.5 million were seized in an anti-smuggling blitz. Cross-border buses, haulage trucks, groceries, clothing, all confiscated. Authorities say this protects the economy, but citizens ask, protects who? Because when factories are closed, salaries are gone, the currency is unstable, and shops are empty, people don't smuggle for luxury. They smuggle to survive. In Rua, police have arrested 2 more suspects in the murder of businessman Joseph Mnangagwa. The gang now numbers 6 behind bars. Justice must not only be done, it must be seen to be done. Legal experts have also clarified inheritance rights. When a legally married man dies, the wife is the recognized heir. Partners in civil partnerships, commonly known as small houses, do not inherit unless there was a written will or they can prove they financially contributed to property. However, children in those relationships are fully entitled to benefit. Many WhatsApp groups will be very busy tonight. Beyond Zimbabwe, tragedy is unfolding in Sudan. The last functioning hospital in al-Fashir has been overrun and hundreds are feared dead. Millions are suffering in silence while the world watches with folded arms. Africa keeps bleeding and the world keeps scrolling. All eyes are on Ukraine, Russia, Gaza, and Israel. Internationally, Donald Trump has set the lowest U.S. refugees admissions in history, just 7,500 people. And he is prioritizing, wait for it, white Afrikaners from South Africa. This is not a migration policy. This is a racial selection policy dressed in official language. And finally, in sports, Juventus have appointed Luciano Spalletti as temporary manager to try and rescue their chaotic season. Italian football drama remains undefeated. Tonight, Zimbabwe stands at a crossroads. Politically, economically, socially. The silence at the State of the Nation address may become one of those moments we look back on and say, this is where the story changed. If you are watching this right now, you are among the Zimbabweans who refuse to be distracted by slogans and ceremonies. You are paying attention. So do this. Like the video. Comment, we are awake. Subscribe to Zimwaves TV because information is power and truth, even whispered, is dangerous to those who fear it.
Mnangagwa ndiye Mnangagwa, ndiye Mnangagwa, ndianoda. Ndianiko asingade 2030, masiye Zimbabwe. Ndianiko asingade 2030, masiye Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe amai, masiye Zimbabwe, masiye Zimbabwe, ndiyo yaramba. Ndianiko chibaba che 2030, tanyeroga. Ndianiko chibaba che 2030, tanyeroga. Garwe, danyeroga, ndicho chibaba. Ndianiko anofunga kuti takapusa, ZANU PF. Ndianiko anofunga kuti takapusa, ZANU PF. ZANU PF, ZANU PF, ndiyo inodaro. Ndianiko noda kufira pabasa, ndiye Mnangagwa. Ndianiko noda kufira pabasa, ndiye Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa ndiye Mnangagwa, ndiye Mnangagwa, ndianoda. Ndianiko asingade 2030, masiye Zimbabwe. Ndianiko asingade 2030, masiye Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe amai, masiye Zimbabwe, masiye Zimbabwe, ndiyo yaramba. Ndianiko chibaba che 2030, tanyeroga. Ndianiko chibaba che 2030, tanyeroga. Garwe, danyeroga, ndicho chibaba. Ndianiko anofunga kuti takapusa, ZANU PF. Ndianiko anofunga kuti takapusa, ZANU PF. PF ZANU